So this is my run through stage 10. It's a long, slow, boring fight. Grab yourself a cuppa, get yourself comfy. Let's jump into the video. Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming, we're back into Watcher of Realms, and today we are doing stage 10 of the challenge. There's stage 9, you can see I've collected that. Here is stage 10, which we'll be trying. Haven't collected it, haven't done it yet. Let's jump into the fight. So, what are we using? Well, we're using 4 healers. 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 4 healers. We've got a tank, and then we've got some DPS. And that's essentially it. We've got some ranged DPS. I don't want to use any melee DPS because that's a nightmare, and I've got an Archer Lord because I enjoy the extra range, realistically. Bennett, I don't know if she's going to be any good or not. I'm sort of hopeful that she might be. So the boss ability, he's got this flash freeze, which inflicts Winter's Bite on us. We'll have a look at that when it comes up. We will not be seeing this. I've played around with some melee DPS, and this rake ability, absolutely brutal. It does wipe out my DPS, so I haven't bothered. The easiest way to avoid it is not to have any. Cold Snap, we'll see that ability when the boss does it. This is right at the start, and we don't really worry about it, to be honest. And then his last ability he's got is just here, and this is a Glacial Purge, restores HP and dispels all debuffs. Now, if it happens like that, then the advantage is we've got Denny with us, and hopefully we should be able to put on an anti-healing buff or debuff on the boss. If it goes as in the next sentence, the more debuffs dispelled, the less HP is restored. So that implies that it's removing the debuffs, then doing the heal, whereas the top bit says it's doing the heal, then removing the debuffs. So we'll see how that goes. And then each time this skill is cast, increases attack by 5%. Not strictly true. Each time this skill is cast, places increase attack by 5% on the boss. He puts it on for 30 seconds, but it takes a minute for that to come around. So let's jump into the fight. So the first thing we want to do is absolutely nothing. The boss is going to sit there for a while, and so are we, because the boss will attack the last person you put down. So I'm going to put down one of my DPS, and then the boss will do a basic attack on them, and they will take about 17k damage. There we go. And then I'm going to put up my healer. The healer is now the last person down, so they will take the damage. There we go. They can heal themselves, so that's no problems whatsoever. We don't really have to be worried or concerned about it, as long as we put someone sensible like a healer or tank down last, that sort of thing, then our life becomes much easier for us. So that's that done, and now what we're waiting for is for them to cast their ability so we can get some more people down, because we want to be able to put 2 down. So here's Cold Snap. While they're casting that, they're not going to do anything else. We can put down our DPS and put down a healer. There we go. With our DPS down, we can then start DPS on the other side. So this all works very well for us. So there's our last DPS, and there's the boss hitting them, and there's a tank going down. So in future we get hit by the tank. So here's Glacial Purge, does the purge and heals them up by 2.2 million. Look at the range she's got, absolutely brilliant. How fantastic is that? It's almost like she was designed for this fight. The thing we've got to watch out for is, here our tank has got 1 stack of this is Winter's Bite, so it reduces attack speed, stacks up to 3 times. When reached 3 stacks, inflicts freeze upon the target and freezes them for 3 seconds. Now the thing is, they can't do anything once they're frozen. Now Cold Snap only attacks the centre, so come down here, boom, it'll attack the centre, hit our tank, and pretty much doesn't hit anyone else. So bear that in mind. Always nice that no one else is getting hit. All we're trying to do in this first phase of the 3 is take down 35 of the 36 mobs. So the 35 will be everything except the boss, and then afterwards we will then start taking down the boss. There we go, taking care of both the sides. What are we now? 2021-ish we're coming up on. There we go. Just waiting for the last phase of the mobs. larger of our big units coming down now. These last 4 here, this will take us up to the 35, then it's just really slow going on the fight. There we go. These are going through, we're not worried by them. If we'd got them, it would have been nice, but we haven't, and it's no great shakes because we're inside of 3, so we don't really have to worry about them. Now, you can get rid of you, get rid of you, and get rid of you. We get rid of you. So we're down to the second phase of the fight. The boss is going to do his cold snap, that will hit the middle. Then he will do some basic attacks and he'll do his glacial purge. But we haven't got to worry about any of that until we've got everyone back. We are just waiting for our time to tick off. I don't know if I can remove it as well. I'm not trying it, but maybe you can. And we'll just wait for everyone's cooldown to be done. Now, our healers. I do like healers with range because we're going to put our range attacks up here and we're going to put them up here. So it's nice to have a healer who can reach that spot and that spot. And then we'll have a tank down here to take the cold snap, or we'll put our tank down last to actually start taking the hits. And then we take the boss down. Now this first phase, the boss will stay there and we'll just keep going through this cycle until the boss hits about 30%. Then he will self-heal and then he goes into phase 3, which he flies around a bit as well. So, right. Wait for a basic attack. And then we start putting down some DPS. So, DPS there. There. Healer there. Tank there. So the tank can take the basic attack. That's essentially it. And then we just start DPSing the boss down. Now you've got to do enough DPS on the boss to overcome this heal. So the heal is coming in for about, it's coming in for 2.2 million. Here's the cold snap, so that will come down. And then we'll have a look. It will do the glacial purge, and then we'll see the heal. Glacial purge, and he'll heal himself back up to what, 100%? Yeah, there we go. Right, let's start doing some damage on the boss, and we'll trigger our ultimates off. Now on to cold snap. He'll come down and do the cold snap. That's the big attack in the center. There you go. Then he will do his glacial purge, which is his heal. So he will now heal himself up. We're at 65%, call it, and now he's up to 75. So he chucks on a good 10%. I'm going to make sure I put my healer in range. That will be handy. Glacial purge. Another heal himself back up by 10%. This is what I mean. This is just a very slow, boring fight. You can put more DPS in, but then they get killed and you've got to bring them back, and you can take this fight nice and slowly. You do not have to rush it at all. You can wait for these cooldowns to come off and you can just slowly kill the boss. Rip off hollows, get knocked back up. We've now got to the 55%. What? 45%. So when we take them down to the 30% mark, that would be phase 2 done. Now if you get bored and you're looking for champions, you can on this phase just mix and match your champions in to see how much damage they do to the boss. So here we go. Ancient lineage. He's just going to look at that healing. 1.8, 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. He heals himself back up. Then he's going to fly off. We'll do a fly where he does this freeze, flash freeze, and he will then put 3 stacks on everyone and freeze everyone. And essentially, it's a little annoying. But that is about it. So there he goes with his glacial purge. He'll heal himself back up. Now every 100 seconds he will do that. He will fly off and he will do that damage to everyone. I was hoping for more. Got the anti-heal on, that's quite nice. But the damage isn't brilliant. But 100 seconds go past and then glacial purge. We timed that horribly, so we didn't do enough damage during that bit to actually do anything to him. How ridiculous is that? 100 seconds, he's going to fly off. If we trigger vortex here, we can sometimes survive it. 2, 3, there we go. Let's put you down. And then we just place some healers down. That is essentially it, and we just keep doing this over and over again. Now, hopefully she's going to see removes and then heals, so anti-heal is absolutely no good whatsoever. Just if you're interested for future reference, it's useless. Now all we have to do more damage than the boss heals for. That is essentially it. That is all this fight is. You done mildly more damage than the boss took. Right, Denny, you are no good, so let's get rid of you. Let's put Silas up there. You'll probably be a bit better. There you go. We'll chuck some extra DPS down here. They will get written off in the next cold snap. But it will aid our DPS going forward whenever he does his next heal. Here's the next cold snap coming in, and then we'll be able to see what he's healing for. Yeah, we've done a bit of damage. Flash freeze. 3 flies past. Then he's going to come in. Then we can place our DPS back down again, and off we go. And that is all this fight is. This slow DPS of trickling this boss down. Like I said, it's very slow, very boring fight. You're probably not helping. No, you're not. Yeah, can I see this screen? Please? Yeah, no help. No. This all goes wrong, it's because of you. Right, here we go then. Last couple of percent. And there you go. Tickled the boss slowly, very slowly, and bored him to death. But essentially the fight is relatively easy as long as you can overcome that part. First time completing, no, I never want to challenge it again, thank you very much. We won't ever want to do that. And I think we can collect the rewards. I mean, I could work on it and maybe tweak out so we can 3-star it, but I don't see any reason why I have to at all. Unless it's a daily thing where I might come back and change it, but that's essentially it. When I have a look at the gear, that's not an issue. We can do that now. So it's not brilliant gear. There you go. That's the gear and the sets I've got on them. It's sort of the best I've got in it. It's not fantastic stuff. So there, Silas is there. Probably one of my better gear champion. I do love Nox. I think is criminally underrated. I think he's absolutely awesome. Single target damage, absolutely fantastic. I didn't even look at who was the most damage. I was hoping Ultimate would do more damage than it did. It did nothing really. I was hoping this 270 damage would have done something, but it doesn't seem to. I played around with a couple of the units. I played around with not all her skills are done, so maybe I should have done that. There's her kit. It's just, yeah, trying to find champions that did damage to the boss was something else, but you don't need to cleanse, you don't need to dispel that thing, you can just ride it out as long as you're doing enough damage. I mean, she's awesome at taking care of that lane. Get some healers for some decent range. Now, I did try the old true damage. That was doing nothing. That was no good whatsoever. So that's essentially how I've done it. It's a horrible boss to do. Get some time and it's just a slow plod through each one of those phases. So phase 1, just get rid of the 35 ads. Phase 2, you can mess around and really do whatever you like, just test out your damage, see which way it's going. You're not going to get killed off the map, just to make sure you can do a minimum of 2.3 million points of damage while he's healing for 2.2. So as long as you can do a little bit, then the next cycle round you'll be fine. And then phase 3 is just that flight over. I keep my vortex same as most of my healers. So I just got vortex. Now I always use a centerpiece as a speed piece, always do, just to keep him going. Rage regen, he's got a very small amount of rage regen. He's got 40% added in there, which managed to keep him cycling through his ultimate every time the boss did the freeze, and that came in crucial for me. I think that's the only other part of the fight I'll do. But essentially that's it. It's a nice easy fight. It's not too complicated. It's just long and very boring. It's more a war of attrition against the boss more than anything else. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. If you've got this far, please do leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe. That'd be very helpful, and I'll see you all in the video again soon. Cheers for your time. Goodbye.